Hey man, welcome back to the stream, chat. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. I do not have the usual energy, bro. Life has been beating my ass the last week, man. God damn it, man. Wait till you hear the bullshit they put me through, man. The last time y'all see me, I left the stream, drove home, and that's how all of this has started. That's how all of this has started. I didn't even get a chance. I was supposed to lift. I was driving to go lift, and when you hear it, you're gonna be like, damn, like they didn't even have to do all of that. And that's, I'm gonna say like exactly. There's no Rico, chat. Fuck. What do y'all think? What do you guys think I'm getting myself into? First of all, let's set the record straight off the rip. I am a law-abiding citizen. I follow all of the laws, and I will never break the laws. I follow all of them. Just being clear about that. I even put my seatbelt on, chat. It's gonna be a long story because this actually dates back to a fraudulent ticket I received 2 years ago, and the true and utter incompetence of the court system. So it actually started a long time ago and continued to, it was like a domino where one thing would cause another thing, and each time I think I solved the thing, it would exacerbate into another thing. And it ended up with me spending a day in jail. You know how bad of a look that was for me, chat? Bro, the second I walked in that bitch, they were like, agent? I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here neither, man. I have no clue what I'm doing here. One of the officers, he was like, hey man, I watched your shit, man. I actually made your build in 2K18. That shit was
Message
ass.
from Lowe's Ashy Ass Feet Bro. How you fumble Tiana Trump and Dominique SMH, but hashtag Bullum in the chat, tears of joy.
Stop. I've never fumbled anybody I wanted. All right, bro, so let's get into the story. You guys have actually already heard the beginning part because I told it a while ago. So during the Rona, I'll give you the backstory, I'll give you what happened on Monday, and I'll give you what I'm dealing with right now. And then I'll give you what I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life as a result of... Okay, years ago, this is in 2020, I'm driving to Alabama from Atlanta, right? I was trying to build myself a home gym because the corona was murking all the gyms and I wanted to be able to lift. So there was a guy selling a barbell for the low in Alabama, and I was like, fuck it, man, a road trip would be kind of cool. So I drove to Alabama. I was in my Range Rover. It's like an 08 Range Rover. It's not gonna catch eyes. So I was like, I'm gonna go in my most inconspicuous vehicle. I don't wanna deal with no issues. Fuck it. There's 3 lanes. 1 lane, 2 lane, 3 lane. There's 3 lanes, right? 3 lanes. This lane over here is a construction lane on the left-hand side. So the left-hand lane is a construction lane. There was a police officer parked over here. He pulled somebody over. I'm driving in the middle lane. So consider the police officer is on the left-hand side of a left lane that no one can drive on. Everybody's driving on these 2 lanes. Everybody. In fact, there's 4 super speeders that passed the police officer, but he chose to pull me over for a move over ticket violation. For those who don't know what that is, move over is just anytime there's like an emergency vehicle, a police officer, you have to give them a lane, which basically means that we can't use this lane. There's only one operational lane, right? But keep in mind, I'm using my brain cells. Not only is everybody else doing the same thing, so I felt comfortable doing it, but he's on a left-hand lane that no one else can drive on, and he's on the left side of his car. This officer was in no danger. But when he was driving back to when he was walking back to his vehicle after he finished up his ticket, we made eye contact. And he realized I was black. It could have been that. It could have just been he needed some quotas. I don't know what the motive was. It sure felt like that was the reason why. Because there were people, when I'm telling you, super speeding. Niggas was pushing 95. He had the gall to tell me when he pulled me over with his hand right here on his fucking waist, as if I was some threats. He had the gall to tell me that he's lucky I'm not getting an additional citation for going 4 miles per over the speed limit. This is some random butt-fuck nowhere town that got lucky a freeway ran through it, and they're gouging everybody for all the dollars they can so that they can afford to pay rent. I was upset by the ticket. I went to Alabama, I got my barbell, I came back, and I didn't think anything of it. For, without any exaggeration, 2 years. 2 years have went by. So In those 2 years, there was one piece of mail I remember receiving notifying me about the ticket and the court date. I forgot about that one piece of mail. 2 years, by the way. So I have long missed this court case. It was a failure to appear by all intents and purposes. But they didn't send me any additional pieces of mail. I didn't receive any additional pieces of mail notifying me that I failed to appear. Because when I failed to appear at another county, they usually send you like 2, 3, 4, sometimes pieces of mail notifying you, like, because they want their fucking bread. You're gonna give them their bread one way or so they're gonna follow up. They want their fucking bread. They did not send me no mail. I mean, if they did, I didn't receive it. And keep in mind, not only am I going through the mail, but like Jake, my assistant, he goes through the mail. Waleed at the house, he goes through the mail. But there's so many reasons, whatever. I'll take fault. I should have put it on my calendar, all right? Me and my lawyer, you know, most court cases, if it's just a traffic citation, they actually don't need your presence. If you hire a lawyer, your lawyer can go and that'd be enough. Sometimes though, they ask for your presence. This was the first time ever they went out of, I've dealt with anything where they went out of their way to ask for my presence, right? So I went. This was earlier this year now. So now we're in 2022, earlier this year. So I have a failure to appear. My license is suspended, and I'm going to this court case to settle it to get my suspension lifted. Now, that's the backstory. So at the start of this year, I went to court, and all of it got reduced because, again, this was a fucking fraudulent ticket. I drove an hour out. Actually, this is how incompetent the system was. They actually told us that we had a court date scheduled on I believe on the Friday, and I was on the middle of my drive and my lawyer called me. She's like, no, I called and I scheduled the court date, but it's not in the system. In fact, the court's closed today. I was like, what the fuck? So then I ended up driving back home. And then on the Monday, I was like, because I'm trying to get this shit settled ASAP because I can't drive. So I want to be able to drive. My license is suspended. So this court system is, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Shit is out of whack. But I finally get the court day. And I'm like, hopefully this time, this goes according to plan. I pull up, everything gets reduced. I remember everything. I remember everything that happened that day. I remember going with Jake. Jake had to drive me because, again, I couldn't drive. Shout out Jake. Wake. I remember going to the ATM, and the max they would let me pull out is $200, and I think my fee was like $250 that I had to pay. So I'm paying my $250, but it was a $4 fee at the ATM. The ATM fleeced me for 8 fucking bones. I'm upset. I'm like, where's my 8 fucking bones? Went straight to the ATM. Since when is the ATM charging 8 bones? I'm getting fleeced every which way. And even in the small ways, it's pissing me off. But I was excited to know that at least it was handled. That's what I thought. Turns out, chat, there was a clerical error made. And even though there is plenty of paperwork, and I'll show you in a second, a fucking vlog, chat. I shot a vlog when I went to this court case. This is around the time Agent Zero exclusive first. I was shooting hella content for Agent. Anytime I had a chance, I was shooting vlog content. I would show you the vlog of me at court that day. I shot a vlog. I didn't ever release it, but I shot one. In fact, let me just show you all this shit right now. Since I failed to appear, I'll show you all the ways in which I failed to appear. So this is me on the day of. This is me on the day of. Now keep in mind, everything is signed. Like, you don't need to see this for proof or whatever. It's just so crazy that I actually have a vlog, because this is gonna come back into the story a little bit later when I got arrested. I'm in the elevator going to the 3rd floor. Recessed lights in the elevator, man. It looks like I'm in prison already, man. I'm out here with Jake. Yo, just like Stephen A. Smith says, stay off the weed. And the coke, morphine, heroin, and meth. Please, all the drugs, please stay off. What's good, gang of lynches? I'm just putting my contacts on so I can see straight before my court case. I'm super excited. I'm in the bathroom right now. Take a look, man. Let me show you the amenities. Hey, it's time to rumble. It's time to get ready and rock and roll.
I'm waiting on the bench right now. The courtroom is like...
Nigga, I'm waiting on the bench, chat. Like, nigga, I'm here. Failure to appear where? Nigga, I have a vlog. I shot a vlog that day.
Down the hallway right there. So hopefully we're trying to see if we can get this shit reduced, because it's a fraudulent ticket. So that's the main reason why it's not even a real ticket that I'm here for. So I just want to reiterate how not real this situation is.
Free to go.
I'm outside, man. I'm outside. Look, man, we're in a beautiful... Hey, look, man. You know what I'm saying? Got everything reduced and things of that nature. So that means I can head skedaddle down to DDS. Right, man? Jake, get on my vlog one more time. Here's actually the funniest part about how citations work, is they just give me a fraudulent ticket, and then I have to prove it's fraudulent. It's the weirdest process. They know this ticket's not going through if I fight it. But then they still keep giving me these fraudulent tickets.
Trying to get money out of you, bro.
Hey, you know what I think? Chat, I shot a vlog that day, man. I shot a whole fucking vlog that day, man. And so I fully appeared, and sure, like, I'm not... Here's the thing, bro. If I do something wrong, I'm okay with the consequences. Like, sure, am I gonna try and be persuasive to avoid them? For sure, for sure. Even if, like, yes. Like, the first time I definitely failed to appear, they definitely should have suspended my license. They probably should have communicated better and sent me more pieces of mail, but okay. But let's establish that I fully appeared. This is the video evidence, but also there's plenty of fucking paperwork to go with it, okay? So last stream, which was on Monday, god damn, no, it was on Sunday. So, fuck, was it on Saturday? I lost track, chat! Last stream, I log off. I text my trainer, I'm like, yo, bro, let's lift in like 30 minutes. He says, bet. So I'm going to lift. Now, mid-lift, I stop at the gas station to grab a drink, to get some electrolytes. And let me paint you the picture of how I got pulled over, first of all. It was Saturday. God damn, I haven't streamed. Yo, bro, it feels like, my brain is fucking out of whack right now. So this is the left lane that I'm turning left. I'm turning left from here, right? This is the middle lane. This is a third lane. The cop is on this lane. He sees me in my M4. The reason I'm in my M4, I don't drive it on the street no more. It attracts too much attention, but my truck is being rewrapped and my Audi engine blew. I'll talk about that later. I have no options. I have to drive my M4. He sees me on this side. I'm turning left. He cuts off traffic to follow me, turns on his lights. Now, I'm thinking, like, I'm pretty sure my stickers on the back of my car are expired. Fuck it. I'll take the $60 ticket. I'll go get this shit handled, like, at some point next week. It just takes too much time to go to fucking Department of Driver Services and, like, do I stream or do I go to Department of Driver Services? I had the same option today. I could have went to Department of Driver Services today to handle some shit, or do I stream? And each time I always pick stream or record a video. Stream or record a video. Stream or record a video. So I was like, fuck it, bro. I'll just take the ticket. And immediately I noticed something was off, because he called 4 cruisers that were nearby to pin my car in, and I'm thinking, like, this feels a little fucking excessive. This feels very unnecessary considering the sticker expired. First of all, let's be clear. You shouldn't get pulled over for your sticker expiring. And if you do, it should be, hey, your sticker's expired. Get that shit handled. And I'll go, my fault. And then we go about our business. It doesn't require 4 cruisers to handle the shit. So one comes, so he pulls me over behind me. One comes to my left. One pins me in from the front. And like, and it felt like the whole police department just appeared as if to let me know I really fucked up. So I start panicking a little bit. I'm like, what did I do? Like, what am I missing right now? What the fuck did I do wrong? I rolled down my windows. I didn't even realize Waleed's weapon was with me, which is worse because it was visible too. It was right on it was on the passenger seat. So if I'm on the driver's seat, it was on the tuck in the passenger seat. So he comes over to the passenger side window and he goes, could you put your hands on the steering wheel? And I'm like, why would I? Oh, Waleed's weapon's right there. Oh shit, fuck. So I'm putting my hands, boom, right here. Now, you're allowed to, in Georgia, you're allowed to have weapons in your car or your home. Anything that's your property, you're legally allowed. So I don't think he was in danger. It was just a safety precaution. He wasn't being, like, aggressive. I'm not trying to make it seem like he was being aggressive at all, right? So, but I put my hands on the wheel. I'm like, officer, why did I get pulled over? And he goes, you're driving with a suspended license. And, like, everything drops. I'm like, fuck, I'm in a very bad situation. For those who don't know, driving with a suspended license, it's not the end of the world, but you're going to jail. You're going to jail, all right? So I'm thinking like, yo, this makes no sense. I didn't get any tickets all year. I've been a good boy. I've been great, nigga. I've been the most law of abiding of fucking citizens. Where could this be coming from? So in my head, my brain immediately goes to maybe there's like another 2-year-old ticket that I forgot about. And so I immediately say, the first thing I always say, can I call Waleed? Because if I don't call Waleed to come over right now, they're going to impound the car. That's going to be a whole host of other issues. So Waleed, down the street, I call Waleed. I'm like, yo, Waleed, come ASAP. I got pulled over for driving with a suspended license. So at this point, there's like there's a few police officers and there's cruisers just pinning me down. And I'm explaining to him, officer, I genuinely, bro, from the bottom of my heart, have no clue what this is about. Give me 1 second to call my lawyer. She went to all my court cases. Whatever the situation is, she would know what it is. Can you tell me when it got suspended? So they go there. They find out when my shit got suspended. They come back to me and they tell me the date. And I'm like, yo, I know that date. I've been to that case. Why did it get suspended? They told me my license was suspended because of a failure to appear in court. For a court case I appeared in. So I'm mind blowing. At this point, like, I'm like, yo, officer, like, I'm telling you this is an error. You cannot take me to, yo, bro, if you take me to jail on a visa, you're complicating my life dramatically. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, I can have this shit handled like that, bro. Just let me call my lawyer. She'd be able to explain it. He did not let me make that call. So he began confiscating my things. He confiscated my wallet. He confiscated my phone. We put the weapon in the trunk because, like, you're not allowed to have it, like, you know, if Waleed's driving off with it. And then Waleed got in the car. You know, cops have to record body cam footage. They have to record, legally, they have to record body cam footage. Bro, this shit is so fucking infuriating, man. At this point, I'm starting to get nervous because I don't think I'm going to be able to explain my way out of this one. Waleed arrives. Waleed is trying to bargain on my behalf. The officer is not hearing it. He doesn't want to hear from me. He says Yo, why the fuck does my door keep opening? I don't know why it keeps doing that, man. That's very odd. Alright. So at this point, I'm starting to lose faith. I'm like, bro, I think I might be going to jail, chat. And at this point, I still don't know what fucked up. I don't know if my lawyer messed up. I don't know if the court system messed up. I don't know if this police officer system is fucking up. I don't know if someone's lying. I don't know what's happening. I'm just fucking confused. And I'm like, yo, please, I'm pleading with him. And all officers have to record body cam footage, right? And so, like, I'm being mindful of what I say because I know it's going to be on record. I'm pleading with this guy. I'm saying, yo, bro, please let me call my lawyer, dog. Please, I'm telling you, she knows. She went to the court case. She went to the court case. She knows. She'll be able to explain it, bro. She knows. He says no. You know, he takes my phone. He says, do you want to bring your phone with you or do you want to leave it in your car? I said, bring it with me. And they handcuff me. Now I'm in the back. They tell me, put your hands behind your back. I'm like, officer, please, man. I'm telling you, bro. Like, this will never leave my record, man. And I'm on a visa. And I went to that court date, officer. This is all a fucking error. I'm telling him this shit, and he's not listening to me. I'm like, bro. His officer friends are ignoring me. I could tell which one is the lead officer, so I'm trying to get a hold of him. But now he's going through shit in my car. I'm like, yo, fuck. Bro. But I'm like, man, bro, like, whatever God wills to be shall be. Whatever God does not will to be shall not be. I was like, all right, but let me just roll with it. So he starts trying to chat me up in the car. He's like, what do you do? Nigga, do I look like I'm in the mood to fucking small talk with you? You're about to ruin my life a little bit. You're about to make it significantly more difficult for me to just move. You're about to make mortgages more challenging for me. You're about to all over a fucking error. You're about to make my life difficult over an error. I'm not interested in fucking small talk with you right now. I'm really not. I want to say this specific cop was being a hard ass, but he was following the rules. If you get pulled over with a suspended license, as far as he knew, my license was suspended and I was driving on it. He's supposed to bring me to jail. So he's technically doing his job. But what I was asking him to do was show a little bit of fucking empathy. Because your decisions are going to have consequences in my life. And even if you don't give a fuck what happens to me, I have businesses to run. I have people that fucking rely on me. They shouldn't have to suffer over a fucking error that was made from a shitty system. So I'm in the back of this car now. Bro, first of all, this shit hella uncomfortable, nigga. Shit, this shit right there. Man, this, it's like they had me sitting on obsidian. Man, it was hard as a fucking rock back there. No leg room. I was like, my face was up against the camera because you know they got a camera in the back. My face was like, while he's trying to give me fucking small talk. I do video production. I'm giving him short answers. And he's like, oh, I used to do video production. I was like, yeah. In my head, I'm like, tell the shit didn't work out, bro. You're doing this now. So that shit obviously didn't work out. I'm looking at his computer, chat. So they have a computer in the middle of the car in the center console, right? And I'm looking at all the different crimes happening in the area. And I'm reading the descriptions. I'm nosy as fuck. I'm like, oh shit, he's drunk and violent and he made threats? I'm like, officer, doesn't that look like a situation you'd want to handle? Like, there's real situations going on. Officer, there was shots fired near a cafe? Doesn't that sound like a situation you'd be good for? Nigga, there's so many real situations, but he's teed up, making sure he handles this one. He's teed the fuck up. I'm like, yo, these look like real situations. It look like people really need help, bro. The nigga's drunk, bro. Go help that family. Go help that family. Officer, leave me right here. I'll get an Uber. Just go help out that family. They need your help right now. So it's a 20-minute drive. I can see, we drove past my house. I'm looking at that shit like this, like this. And, you know, once you get in the car and he starts driving, it's over. Nigga's not gonna pull over and be like, you know what? You made a great point. You made an awesome point. So we're driving. I see us getting close. I just don't even, like, at this point, we're not even talking no more. We're just like, it's just dead silent. And I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, I'm fucked. I don't know what this experience is gonna be like. I'm fucked. So we get there. So now you don't go like through the regular doors, right? They bring you through a back door and there's a big ass sign that says intake. And he sits there doing paperwork while I'm like this while he's doing fucking paperwork for like 10 minutes, parked right beside the intake sign. I'm like this, and he's just doing paperwork. And then he eventually says like, all right, let's get out. And I didn't have a choice. I'm in handcuffs. We already passed the barbed wire. I'm in, all right? So I'm like, bro, this is gonna be interesting. He tells me to walk in. The first thing I'm greeted with, it's like, almost kind of like the DMV of inmates. There's like a couple booths where you get processed, but then there's like a couple standing areas where like the officers finish their paperwork. So he's like, you want to sit over there by this very uncomfortable bench, and I'm gonna come get you. I'm gonna come get you when I'm done. So I'm sitting like this while he's doing paperwork for an additional 15 minutes. And then the nurse comes, so this is like a lobby area. Think of it like the DMV. So the jail is on the other side, But right now, I'm just being processed. The nurse comes over. She says, interesting name. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to say to that comment. Like, was it better if my name was Blake? Maybe you wouldn't have left a comment if my name was Blake. And they were asking me questions to see if I deserve to be locked up in the psych ward. Like, there were these big ass doors where the crazy people went, and they were like, you think about harming yourself? I was like, nah. And she looked at me, and I was like, why are you looking at me? No, I'm not gonna harm myself. I'm gonna be out of here in like a day, I thought. And so she's asking me a bunch of questions about my health. No, I'm good. No, I don't have that. I don't take any medication. No. And eventually, he finishes doing his paperwork, and they just start confiscating my things. So they're like, do you want pants? It's kind of cold in there. And I was like, yeah. So then they gave me inmate pants, but I had no pockets. He told me I could write down any numbers I want to call, and when I get in there, I can make calls. This dumb fuck didn't explain to me that you can only make one call out of state. So I wrote down a whole bunch of out of state numbers. And I'm thinking I'm good. I could call whoever I need to, but he didn't tell me. I didn't realize that till I actually got in. So anyway, you know what they did, chat? One of the weirdest things, they took the cash out of my wallet. I don't know why I had that many cash. I had like $700 in my wallet. Don't ask me why. I think like maybe like, what the fuck? I don't know what my reasoning was. I had money in my, they took it out, put it in a separate bag, and they're like, you could retrieve this later. All you have to do is go up to that building once you get out. I'm like, why? Leave it in my fucking wallet, nigga. Why are you adding steps? Why are you making this more complicated? Whatever, that's just the way they do things. I still don't have my bread because they asked me to wait a couple hours because the accountant lady wasn't in the building. I'll just come back at a later date. So I still have to get my fucking bread back. And I want my fucking bond money back. So once he finishes up the paperwork, another like younger officer comes up to me and starts like, how's your day going? I'm like, pretty fucking bad. Like, how you think it's going, man? Do you think it's great? Do you think I'm doing awesome sitting right here? Like, stop fucking speaking to me with this generic small talk. I don't want to speak to you right now. He was a good guy, bro. I don't know who the fuck he was. But, like, I just don't want to speak to you right now, bro. And don't ask me how my day is, because I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's going awesome. It's going pretty fucking horribly, nigga. I don't know what's going on right now. I would love to get some answers. If the officer would let me fucking make one phone call, I would have had some answers. So, I sit down. I'm like, yo, bro, how long am I going to be in here for? He said, there's 40 people ahead of you. I said, what? 40 people are ahead of me? I'm like, so like, what are you talking about? Like a couple hours? He like, nah, maybe by the morning. I was like, oh, I'm getting pulled over at like, door open. All right, whatever. Whatever ghost is out there, you could take my soul, nigga. Come. Just fucking enter whenever you feel like it. He can come take it. So now I sit down by the booth. The police officer is done doing the processing, right? And I sit down by the booth, and he's just asking me questions, and I'm like, I'm answering his questions and shit like that. And they give me a whole bunch of receipts and paperwork, and he gave me all the citations. He gave me the sticker. I had to go to court for the sticker now, and he gave me driving with a suspended license. And once everything is settled, this big ass door. It's like Oranges. Y'all watch some jail shows, chat? Bruh, that shit is real. It's like this big ass door. It goes bang, and the door fucking slides open. It's this big ass industrial door. I'm pretty sure it would stand like a nuclear explosion. And I walk in. It closes behind me. Bang! Another door opens. I walk in, and it's like a waiting area. It's like a waiting area. On this side is a whole bunch of close observation cells with industrial doors, and there's like crazy people screaming in them. In the middle is a whole bunch of chairs. There's black chairs and there's like pink chairs. On the right hand side is the officers doing the paperwork and shit like that. In the back is a couple cells in the toilet. And on the right-hand side is where they do like all the fingerprints and like, you know, eventually when they bring you from the holding area to a cell, that's where they take you. So like, I'm just So I walk in and immediately he's like, well, you want to call this number over here, this number over here, and then if you want to make any calls, like this number over here. Oh, and by the way, there's only one out-of-state call, so yeah. And immediately I'm like, fuck. All the numbers I wrote down are out-of-state, so I get to make one phone call. So luckily, anyway, we'll get to it. So I sit down at the chair, and then immediately, I'm not listening. At this point, like, I've lost hope with the day. Like, I don't know what the next week is gonna look like for me. We had an A&P video shot the next day. A whole bunch of shit. I'm panicking. So I just sit down. I look defeated. And a guy screams out, "Hey! You're not supposed to sit over there." I'm like, oh shit. So I get up because I was sitting in the female section. I didn't even realize, to be fair, one of the people sitting there, he definitely looked like a guy, but what do I know? I'm not really paying attention. I go over there and I sit with the rest of the guys. And I look up at the time and it says like 11 p.m. I'm like, fuck. I'm at the earliest, I'm not getting out to the morning. And so the first conversation I have, niggas like, "Hey, you eat?" I was like, "Mm-mm." And I look back at the TV. He's like, "Ask for the lunch table." I'm like, "I'm not really hungry though." And he's like, "Nah, I want to eat though, so if you don't want it, you can just slide it to me." And I'm like, nigga, am I getting pressed right now? Am I about to get, is this already? Am I getting fucking pressed? The first thing I do, am I getting pressed? Am I getting pressed? Is the first thing that happens in here is me getting pressed and ran for my fucking food? So then I asked what they got. And I didn't realize I was a comedian. The entire jail cell started busting out laughing. They, like, everybody started laughing. You would have thought, like, this was like a planned bit from a Bill Burr special, because I went from, like, I'm not trying to eat to when this nigga's asking for my food, I'm like, what they got? And so everyone's laughing now, and I'm really trying not to be the center of attention. I'm trying to just be chill about shit. Let me just, hey, chill. Agent, chill. So then he realized, like, I might want the food later or whatever. Apparently they just ate a moment ago, so that's why. But anyway, like 10 minutes goes by. So they tell me that when you walk into the jail, they tell you, like, your phone's not gonna work. It's gonna take like 30 minutes for the shit to start working. So for the first 30 minutes, I'm just looking up at the clock, waiting for the shit to start working. We have cable television on a 40-inch screen right here. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this is the first time I've watched cable television in probably 10 years. This shit fucking sucks. Like, I fully understand why everybody's on Twitch and YouTube and shit. Cable television is dog shit. Nigga, I was sitting there, you're complaining about these ads? The ads them niggas was running? Oh my God. Bro, was I watching ads or TV shows? It was horrible. But I was so upset, but it was the best way to pass the time. But these niggas wanted to keep talking to me, bro. So he kept like asking me shit. He's like, so he was just trying to chat me up the whole time. And I'm trying to be short because I'm not really trying to make friends or whatever. And I didn't really know anybody. And it was like, again, there's like 40 people in the jail, right? So eventually 30 minutes passed. I go up to the lady who's processing people and I say, "Hey, can I borrow a pen?" She goes, "I'm using this pen." And I go, that's a weird way. That's a weird energy you just brought to this conversation, because I was just trying to be civil. I like, "You got another pen?" She's like, "There's one right there." So I grab the one right there and I wait to use the phone. My thinking was I can call Waleed's Toronto number and write down his Atlanta number, and then I could call Waleed as many times as I need to. Because right now I just have out-of-state numbers. El Riz. Yo, bro, what? It has nothing to do with Riz, okay? No one's thinking Riz in jail. Actually, some of them were. So when I grabbed the pen and she's like, "Where are you going with that?" I'm like, chill out. The fuck is wrong with you? I'm about to go write down some numbers on the phone. All right, just bring it back. I'm like, is there like a pen shortage in this jail? What's going on? It's coming back. I'm a reliable ass guy. You just had to give me a chance. So I get to the phone. I plug in all the numbers and shit. You got a collect call from at this county's jail. Waleed picks up. And I'm just upset at this point. I'm like, "Yo, Waleed, I don't really know what's going on. I'm probably gonna be here all night. What's your number?" I write down Waleed's number. And so now I could call him throughout the night in case I need anything, or throughout the morning or whatever. I swear to God, chat, this shit is straight out of the movies, though. Like, niggas is like, yo, bro, everybody was at, like, people were dead ass answering the phone like this. They were answering the phone like this. A couple niggas was on the phone like this right here. It was like they were trying to be cast for the next Orange is the New Black. I couldn't make this shit up. And the craziest part about them doing that is they didn't have to, because they were also blocking other phones. They wanted to stand like this so bad, they were cool just blocking all the other phones. Because there's only 5 phones for the guys. So I'm thinking like, nigga, I feel like I'm in a movie right now. Why do I feel like I'm in a fucking movie right now? Jail NPCs. Yo, I felt like I was in a movie, man. So, I give the call, I give the pen back, and now I'm just sitting. And I could hear other people talking, you know? A guy leans over. He goes like this. He goes like this. Hey, you're the nigga from YouTube, right? And I'm like, no. Because in my head, I was like, damn, it felt so good to not be noticed in there. But it's over. This nigga noticed me. And I can't lie to him. He's not an idiot. He might be. I don't know. But I was like, yeah, that's probably me. He's like, damn, man, why are you in here? So I explained to him the situation. I explained to y'all very briefly. And I thought I had it bad, chat. This nigga's story was very similar to mine, but worse. Yo, bro, this guy was doing a left turn, right? Now, you know when you turn left, you're supposed to stay in the left lane, right? So he went to the right lane. That is a road law that everyone follows in Toronto, but in Atlanta, nobody follows it. So it's the shit that you would never get pulled over for. A cop should never pull you over for that. This should never happen. He got pulled over. The cops drew a gun on him, put him in the back of the car, and when he got in the back of the car, his daughter called. The cop picked up and said, your daddy is with me. Hopefully you get to see him soon. I said, what? Yo, bro, he did what? The officer did what? Yo, he did what to you? Bro, that shit blew my mind. Yo, bro, it blew my fucking mind. It blew my mind. So his daughter was pissed. And she feels betrayed, and he bangs the phone on her. In my head, first of all, I laughed when he said that. But because it was such a crazy story that it didn't sound real, but from the anger in which he was saying it, but that shit was real. And the same thing happened to him. The same thing happened to him. He said that he had an FTA, but he just got a new job 2 weeks ago where they checked his license and it was valid. So he doesn't know what's going on or what the FTA is for. The same thing happened to him. Jail's not even the way I thought it was. It was, but it wasn't. Hey, Amula, appreciate the 5 fucking gifted. Appreciate all the subs and resubs, man. Thanks for all y'all. Bro, no funny shit. It's gonna be a process, man. This shit is not ending anytime soon. I got a lot of fighting to do. So look, man, now I'm in there, all right? This is how jail works, chat. This is how the holding area worked. Like, you sit there and wait indefinitely till your name is called. And they change shifts like every 8 hours. So a new shift can come in and work in slow motion. They could just fuck around, eat donuts, kick back and chill. You can't do shit about it. Another shift can come in. They could be moving like this, and you guys are being processed like that, just really quickly. So you don't know what you're gonna get. When I got booked, it was the slowest imaginable, the slowest people ever were working that shift. Like nobody was moving. I was like, damn. He's like, yeah, you're probably gonna be here a while. I've been in here for like 32 hours. I was like, man, fuck. So, you know, the guys get to talking. Like, there's like different archetypes there's different archetypes and shit like that in jail. Like, there's the guys that like are like pseudo lawyers. He'd be like, nah, you don't even have to do that, man. All you gotta do, like, you gotta think. He's like, you gotta think, how the fuck can I make bail if I had an FTA? Georgia law. If you get an FTA, you can't make bail. So the fact that I've been offered bail means that FTA is bullshit. I shouldn't even be here. Boom! Like, he mic dropped the shit. And then there's the calm guy. There's the calm guy. Like, while one of the guys was getting processed, she was like, print your signature. Which, like, doesn't make sense. Either sign your signature or, like, you put your signature right here or print your name. But she said the middle of both of those. So he was like, wait, what is that? What do I do? Print my signature. What does that mean? And so she's like, what, are you slow? And this nigga lost it. He's like, he sounded just like Bruce sounds when he's trying to roast somebody. He sounded just like Bruce sounds. He's like, this $2 weave bitch having ass bitch. This short ass big forehead having ass bitch. And I'm sitting here like, nigga, I got a big forehead. Nigga, who you trying to talk shit to? Bro, he sounded just like Bruce, bro. And he was doing it for 30 minutes. He's like, man, fuck this bitch, man. And her $2 weave, bitch ass, man. Being paid $15 an hour, bitch ass, man. And so he was going off, and I'm just like fucking being entertained by this bullshit. Lame man, nigga. He was doing all of this shit. Oh my God, this guy was hilarious, bro. He was hilarious. He's like, this lame man, nigga. He was doing it sounded just like Bruce back in them 2K days when he was cooking niggas on the team up, bro. This is exactly what it sounded like. So, this guy was so pissed off that he was actually willing to wait 8 hours. He said, fuck this bitch. And he was saying he was ready to wait 8 hours till another shift came in because his name was called and he fucking walked away from her. He's like, she's not gonna call me slow. She's not gonna call me slow. She's not gonna call me slow. He's like, I make more than you make. And he was like, he just went off. And then all of us, like one of the calmer guys, like, yo, chill, man. She's in your head right now. She's building a condominium in your head. She's got rental space and real estate in your head right now. You gotta chill. And I'm like dying, bro. In my head, I'm like, low-key. No, I'm not gonna get involved, nigga. You listen to him. I'm gonna stay over here. I'm just like, you know what I'm doing, chat? I'm like this right here. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Dead ass? Yo, that's fucked. No, stop. Are you being for real? Yo, that's crazy, man. That is crazy as fuck. No, stop. Yo, the same thing. No. Yo, that's... Bro. Nah. Like, I'm doing that on repeat for like... No, not my arm around him. But, you know, I didn't want to be a bitch. I wasn't just about to, like, sit like this the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm, like, chilling like this, like, with my... like, by the chairs or whatever. You know, I have my feet up. I have my feet up on, like, the chairs in front of me and shit. I'm just taking up space and stuff like that. Anyway... Everyone's kind of telling their story about like why they were in there and shit like that. And I'm like, bro, this is like, it's really movie shit going on right now. And then all of a sudden, they were like, bang! Breakfast! Oh, you think it's like 6 a.m. What you mean breakfast? Keep in mind, I got booked at like 11. It's 6 a.m. They haven't said my name at all. So I just want you to know what's happening here, right? If you sleep like this, and they call your name agent, and you don't get to that, they're just gonna move on to the next person. They're not gonna find who agent is. They're gonna, and now you're in there way longer. So I'm forcing myself to stay awake right now because I don't want to miss my name being called. And in my head, I'm thinking, it's been like 7 hours so far. My name hasn't been called. What the fuck is going on? Like, I just need my name to be called. I need to know what's going on because, so the first thing they call you for, the first time they call you, they just tell you your charges and they tell you what your bail is. If you can get bail, they'll tell you what your bail is. Now, I'm there on a traffic citation, so obviously they're not gonna stop me from having bail. I'm not in there on a fucking RICO case. Like, it's driving with a suspended license, right? Chill. So, this shit goes, I go, breakfast, and they put us into these 2 cells. So there's 2 cells in the back, one for women, one for men. And in my head, I'm thinking like, oh shit, we get to eat. I wonder what jail food is like. Yo, they put us in the fucking bathroom. It wasn't a cell. This shit was a bathroom with a bench. And it smelled like piss. It smelled like piss and it was cold as fuck. So I'm in there, and I'm like, like, nigga, do I sit? I was about to stand, but I'm like, fuck it, everyone else is sitting, I'm about to sit. A nigga goes to piss right in front of us over there, and then immediately, niggas start laying on the floor. Niggas is like this, trying to go to sleep. I'm thinking like, how long are we gonna be in here for? 2 hours! What kind of breakfast takes 2 fucking hours? Bro, it smelled like piss. I'm like, oh, this is nasty. I can't sleep because I'm not laying down. There was a nigga laying down, not 1 foot from a toilet. Niggas were stepping over him to piss and then stepping back over him, and he stayed asleep. It was cold as fuck in there. Luckily, I'm from Canada, so it wasn't as bad for me. Like, I just fought through it. But everybody, niggas were like shivering in there. This is what everybody was sleeping like. Everybody was sleeping like this. Yo, bro, what the fuck? In my head, I'm thinking like, how long are we gonna be in here for? I wasn't gonna ask no questions because one of the first things everybody noticed was this is my first time in here. So, because I sat by the female side, so I'm not trying to make myself look like a fucking target in this bitch. So I'm not asking no questions. I'm just like, well, fuck it, I'll just thug it out. But the problem is I can't sleep because I don't know when they're gonna call me. I don't want to stay awake because it's cold and smells like piss. And finally, they arrive with the breakfast. It comes in like one of those plastic containers you be getting at, you know, at cafeterias. And I open this shit up. Bro, I swear to God. They gave us dry cornflakes, a random piece of beef this big. It wasn't in a sandwich. It wasn't in shit. It was just a random cold piece of beef. On top of it was potatoes that had to have dried in the last few days. It's just been potatoes that have been sitting out. And they also gave us crackers. But I opened that shit up. And this shit must have been good to everybody else. Like, it's food, so I ate most of it. I didn't eat the cornflakes, but I ate the rest of the shit. This shit must have been good to everybody else because some of them got seconds. To be fair, I don't know how long they've been in there. Oh, we had a bev. They gave us milk. But keep in mind, it's like a plastic tray. If you put your milk in the plastic tray for the cornflakes, they didn't give you a spoon or nothing to work with. So what you was going to, like, scoop up the milk and the cornflakes? But some people did some creative shit. They must have been in jail before. They just poured the cornflakes into the box of milk and drank it. I was like, all right, fuck it. I guess that's the meta. Like, shit. I was like, that's some 200 IQ shit. You've been here before. I could tell. I could tell. So eventually, after 2 hours, they let us out. I'm like, thank God. And it hits me. Like, there's a whole bunch of people that got here after me that's being processed before me. All of the people that I was finding entertainment with and chilling with, they've already, if they didn't leave already, they're close to leaving. They've went through step 1, 2, and 3 already. So I'm like, nigga, I'm about to be here alone. So I go up to the officer and she was like, I told you not to come up here. I was like, but you said if we have any questions to come to you. She's like, I'll come to you. I was like, you want me to sit back down? And she's like, no, you're already here. I'm like, this convo fucking sucks, lady. I'm already here. Just let me ask my fucking question. So I tell her, I say, lady, what is the fucking holdup? I didn't say it like that. I was like, what's going on? And she tells me that they're waiting for a warrant from the judge. And I'm like, oh, no, you don't get it. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, they don't get it. So let me break it down. So the warrant is not going to arrive because I appeared at that court case. So the warrant you're waiting for is not going to arrive. And the reason I'm in here is fraudulent. So if you wait for a warrant, I will actually be here for the rest of my life. And she's like, I don't know anything about that. I spoke to the lady at the counter. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. You're going to have to call. You're going to have to talk to a judge. I'm like, when can I talk to a judge? 72 hours. I'm like, man, you mean to tell me that the system can make an error and there is no reasonable way to correct this shit? Is that what the fuck you're telling me? So I'm not a bitch. I don't give a fuck who tells me not to walk around. I'm gonna keep asking questions, nigga. I'm not gonna be here for 72 hours, let alone weeks. How long am I meant to wait here? How long? Nobody knows. Every person I ask, I'm like, how long do you think it's gonna take? I don't know. It could be 10 a.m. It could be next day. And so the lady tells me, honestly, like, it's probably gonna come in any second now. And you just wait, just sit back over the chair and wait there. Right when I'm about to walk over to the chairs and sit back down, one of the inmates was like, you're not gonna get it today, man. You're not gonna make it. Because I was telling her I have a video shoot, an A&P shoot. I didn't say A&P, I was like, I have a video shoot at 4. And she's like, you shouldn't even be worried about the video shoot. You just need to make bail. And I'm like, there's no way like I'm gonna be denied bail. In my head, there's just no chance, right? Because if that happened, I would actually lose my shit. And it's not don't assume I'm broke. I'm gonna make this shit, okay? Can I be out this bitch by 4 is what I'm thinking. But this guy's telling me I might be here for another entire day. Keep in mind, I've already been in this bitch for like 12 hours, so I'm starting to get upset. So I sit back down. And there was one of the officers there, the way he looked at me, I could tell he knew who I was. I was like, yes, I needed that break. Man, I needed that break. I needed one of these niggas to know who I was, because the second he warms up to me, I'm about to start getting answers. So I sit back down. Keep in mind, this whole time, there's cells on the side of like, we'll call them crazy people. There was a lady in there, this old lady. She must have been pushing 70. And she was screaming all night. And not like a, hey, like a, ah! type of scream. Like the shit you see in the scary movies. Sorry about your headphones. The thing she was screaming actually was, I fucking hate you! The whole night! So even if I wanted to sleep, this bitch is hateful. I can't. She's kicking the door. Sheriff comes up, he's like, hey, try not to interact with the people in the cells. I know it seems funny, but if one of us have to detain her and we get her, it's not gonna be fun for the rest of you. I'm like, nigga, well, I gotta pay consequences for some other shit. Man, fuck! Whole time, I fucking hate you! This is frail old white lady pushing 70. How the fuck does she have that kind of energy all night? She eventually sleeps, right? She sleeps. And in my head, we just all were relieved that she was asleep until another crazy person walked in. And you could tell they're crazy because everybody else walks in free-handed, right? Once you go to the booth at the DMV area and they walk you in, you're free-handed. But the crazy people have their legs cuffed and have their hands cuffed like this. So you could tell they're going in the cell. Another guy comes in. He's pushing 50 and he voted for Trump. I don't know how I knew this at the time, but I was right. Because he wouldn't shut the fuck up about every thought that crossed his mind. Every thought that crossed his mind, he was screaming that shit. This is America! I'm like, fuck, I mean, he's not wrong. This is indeed America. Bro, he was, whatever I thought the lady had, this nigga was on 20,000. He was just screaming thoughts. He was like, turn the TV off. Turn the TV off! Turn it off! I'm like, please don't listen to this nigga, man. Please, bro. This is the only thing keeping me alive in this fucking hellhole, man. If you turn the TV off, nigga, I'm done for. I'm done for. Please, bro, please. He is screaming crazy shit the entire time. But I felt bad for this guy, chat. This guy I actually felt bad for. Because when he sat down on the thing, they were like, I'm bored, so, you know, I'm eavesdropping and shit. They're like, what's your address? I don't have one. Live in my car. I was like, damn. And the guy's like, you don't have an address? And he's like, no. Who's your emergency contact? I don't have any. My family hates me. I'm like, damn, bro. Damn. Like, this nigga really lives the worst life, chat. Like, his family hates him. He lives out of a car. I don't know what the reason he was in there for, but he thought it was fraudulent. He was like, he was screaming he shouldn't be here. He was like, I did my time! I did it! He was like crying, borderline screaming. And I'm like, yo, bro, this nigga's story, someone get a Netflix camera on him. He has a fucking story to tell. This guy has a story to tell, man. Someone get a camera on this nigga ASAP. Thank God those are the only 2 people in the cells. Oh my goodness. It was brutal because it's like, I'm trying to listen to the TV. The TV was just explaining like crimes. The TV was just showing crime shows. And I'm not gonna lie, it was passing the time. The amount of political ads I seen was crazy. I didn't realize how much political ads these niggas run, chat. Yo, hateful ass ads. They're like, Kemp did this thing, and he's the reason your son doesn't have a job. And then they're like, this lady kills babies. And I'm like, oh my God, like these ads are fucking crazy. They don't give a fuck what the fuck they say about the other person in these ads. Yo, this person abused this person. And yo, bro, this report shows this person. I'm like, yo, bro, these political ads, it was comedy at one point. I didn't realize how bad it was because I really don't watch cable ever, so I didn't know that's how they do it. They really fucking fight. Yeah, I don't know how it is in the states y'all live in, the countries y'all live in Georgia, bro, they don't give a fuck what is said, bro. They got to win this election by any means possible. Any means possible. So time is passing by. All the people I knew and I was chilling with, at this point, they're gone. And anybody who wasn't was exhausted because everyone's trying to stay up and hear for their fucking name being called, right? So I finally get my name called. And I go up there and I answer all his questions. They process me. He shows me the bail. And I'm like, all right, bet. But I get on the phone with Waleed ASAP. And I'm like, yo, bro, this is my bail. Go to the bail company and just ask him like, yo, because for some reason, the state wants you to use bail companies even if you could afford to bail yourself out. It's the weirdest they charge you extra money just to handle it yourself. The bail system is a fucking tragedy. It's so bad. And if you're broke and you can't afford to, you could stay locked up for something you didn't do. You just indefinitely. You just stay in jail because you can't afford to make bail. It's so bad. It's so bad. Luckily, I wasn't in that situation. So Waleed was, yo, Waleed is such a fucking W, man. Clap it up for Waleed. This nigga Waleed waited outside the jail in a car. He slept outside the entire night just in case I got out or needed something. Bro, he slept outside the entire time. And I'll go like 6-7 hours without calling him because it might be like a lockdown where we're eating. It could be maybe like I didn't have an update. Bro, Waleed stood out there the entire time. The entire fucking time Waleed stood out there. So that was my big break. I finally had my name called. And so I was like, damn, okay, cool, shit is moving. So I get over there, I tell him the information, he gives me the paper. I'm like, damn, I can work with this now. So I asked Waleed to call my lawyer, and my lawyer verifies with me at this point that I'm in there over a clerical error. And now I'm starting to get upset. Because this whole time, keep in mind, I was assuming it was a clerical error, but you know when something sounds so crazy that like even you have to question whether or not you fucked up? I'm like, damn, did I fuck up? Maybe there is a ticket that I didn't truly handle. Maybe there is some shit I didn't truly handle. But it was an ad. All right, bro, on go, chat. On go, all right? 3, 2, 1. Great work. Samuel says, they did that? Hey, someone said I'm subbed up now. Hey, man, fucking welcome, bro, to the agency. Hey, to everyone who subbed and resubbed and don't since gifted subs and shit like that. Hey, Chibu, what the fuck is wrong with you, bucko? Hey, Amula, appreciate the gift. Thank you so much. Bro, chat, it didn't even end with the jail stuff. I'm gonna tell the rest of the jail story, but shit didn't even end for me there, bro. It's been a bad few days for me. You can't even, like, to a certain extent, bro, it's getting funny how bad shit is getting right now. It's just getting funny. It's just getting funny how bad it is. So, at this point, I'm upset. Because I just realized that this was indeed an error. And I was correct in my assumption that someone else fucked up. And that for the foreseeable future, I would have to be dealing with some shit over something that I did not do. And I felt relieved to know that there's actually some people that, I mean, it's way worse. There's niggas that spend hella time in jail for some shit they ain't do. And people don't realize it till later. So by comparison, I'm really not dealing with shit, right? So I just try to put shit back in perspective for myself because I was like, I'm not in the worst situation. It's very frustrating and it shouldn't have happened, but it could be so much worse. And I was so thankful for that. So once I got called up, at this point, the officers are talking, right? Amongst themselves. They're chattering and shit. They're telling him like, hey, this is that YouTuber. So he walks up to me. He's like, hey, man, this inmate said, you make YouTube videos? And I was like, yeah. He said, what kind of videos? I'm like, I got a whole bunch of shit, man. Gaming stuff, commentary channel. I got a podcast, peer-to-peer. Subscribe to that. I got an Agent Zero channel, exclusive, Agent Zero everything. It depends, man. We got content. We got all different types of content, man. And El Promo. I told him about the Twitch too. Don't even worry about it. He said, yo, you're not going to shout me out, are you? I was like, no, nigga. Yo, you do not have to worry about that, man. You don't have to worry about it, bro. And he's like, nah, I'm playing with you, man. I'm playing with you. Hey, I'm playing with you. And then he looked at the guy down there. He's like, hey, man, just ask for a shout out, man. This guy's a YouTuber. I'm like, chill the fuck out, nigga. Don't scream that. Don't scream that. Because now everybody at that point knows, like, nigga, I'm a YouTuber, all right? I didn't want to tell him, like, low-key, I'm a streamer, too, you know what I'm saying? I just kept it at what it was. I kept it at what it was. But I needed them to like me, chat, so I'd finally start getting preferential treatment. Because you have to think, there are people that got in after me that are leaving before me, and I'm just sitting there. I need somebody on my fucking side. I need somebody on my side. So eventually, it got to the point where he's like, Agent, hey, 5 minutes, man. I'm gonna have you come up. I'm like, damn, this nigga's giving me updates? No other nigga's gotten an update so far. I'd take it. I'm like, oh shit. Let me call Waleed. Let this nigga know, man. Hey, 5 minutes, and they can have me over there. I'm gonna take my mugshot, get my fingerprints or whatever, and then after that, they just had to process me, and I'm out this bitch, man. Now he's updating me, right? No, the officers and the people in the actual jail were just doing their jobs. They don't know information, and it was night, so they couldn't get it from a judge. The officer that arrested me, he could have showed some empathy and let me call my lawyer. But once you get to the jail, they're just all doing their jobs. They're not there to negotiate your release or whatever. They're just there to process you. So like, there's nothing, if they don't have information, bro, just give me the paper and let me go handle the shit. Just don't be a dickhead to me. Don't come with weird ass energy to me. That's it. So I sit back down and I'm like, damn, bro, I'm almost out, bro. I'm thinking like it's right around the corner. Bang! Lockdown! Lunch! And I'm upset because in my head I'm thinking like, chat, we done hit a fucking gold mine. It's Sunday night football. It's Sunday football. So in my head I'm like, man, I'm about to kick back and watch these NFL games, nigga. And right when 12 hit, they called the lockdown and put us in the piss cell. Man, I was highly upset, man. I was like, fuck! It's time for lunch. Bro, lunch was ass. It was 4 dry pieces of white bread stacked on top of each other. 4 pieces of ham, 2 slices of cheese, and those like horrible cookies that nobody eats but are always at stores. And they were packaged up in this plastic. Thing is, I can't eat ham. So I'm just looking at this meal. And they gave us the smallest packet of apple juice. Mr. J's apple juice, I think it was called. I never heard of this brand before. W Eats? No, absolutely not. The worst eats. The worst eats of all time. So before I go in there, I'm talking to one of the officers that knows who I am now. I'm like, yo, how long is this gonna take? She's like, when you're in there, you're still gonna be getting processed, so like things are still gonna be happening. I was like, fuck. So I go in there. This time, I'm in my big brain shit, chat. I bring myself a mask. You know what I'm saying? I brought myself a mask or whatever. Didn't have to smell the piss. And it was cold, but I kind of just like, you know, you just got to do one of these right here. Hey, Amula, appreciate the fucking 3 gifted. Appreciate it. I was just like this the whole time. I was just like this. There's people laying down on the floor. There's some people standing at the door like this. Do. Just being ignored for like a whole hour. Do. Being ignored a whole hour. Bruh. It was like soul sucking. And it was like in that moment, I realized like, yo, bro, I really don't have my freedom. Like, I'm stuck here, the door is locked, and I don't have my freedom. And I feel like I'd be able to come to terms with it if I made a mistake. But I handled my case the way I was supposed to. I did everything the way I was supposed to. If you want to give me a ticket, a citation for having an expired sticker, cool. $60, I'll pay that in court. I'll get it updated the next day. But it hit me like all at once. I was just sitting there like, is this what I deserve to go through due to a clerical error? So an hour into the lockdown, because again, it's 2 hours in that piss cell. They go, hey, agent. So I open the door. I'm like, thank God, I'm about to get out this bitch. I'm about to get out of here. And so they bring me to the table, and they were like, hey, so do you want to contact the Canadian consulate? I was like, about what? I'm here off a fraudulent traffic citation. Is there something I'm missing here? Why would I need to contact Canada? Break that one down for me. What does Justin Trudeau need to know about my fucking situation? I was like, no, I don't want to sign that. And they're like, nah, you just have to say no here and sign that you don't want that to happen. I was like, okay. I guess they were just showing me my options. That was my legal rights or whatever. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, anything else? I'm trying to stay out there. You got to think. Like, I do not want to go back in the piss cell. So I'm trying to stay out in the lobby area. And so I'm like, is there anything else? And they were like, nah, you can head back. I'm like, fuck. So I go back into the piss cell. Nah, they're not going to. It's a misdemeanor. And it's a fraudulent misdemeanor. So it's going to get expunged. So they're not. There's no, like, immediate serious consequences. It's just, when I apply for my green card, I just have to explain it. And, you know, so many people, it's just, yeah, I just have to explain it. And hopefully that's enough. I don't know. I got to talk to my attorneys to see the long-term consequences of this bullshit. So I went back in the piss cell, right? And I was so disappointed to be there. But there was a couple of the guys standing at the door and just kind of watching the TV from a distance because Sunday football was going on. So I was so excited that there was finally going to be some engaging TV going on. You know what I'm saying? I've never watched TV in so long, but I'm sitting there I'm eating up every bit of football that's being played on the TV. And they call me out again. And I'm like, oh, this one has to be it. They don't call people out this much. This one has to be it. So I go up there and they're like, hey, we need you to sign this paper and this paper. Boom, signing papers left and right. They do the whole fingerprint thing. I get my fingerprints done. They take my mugshot. Low key, it's a fire ass mugshot. I was wearing RDC merch during the mugshot. And she's like, wait right there on those black chairs. There's some more things I need you to sign. I was like, fuck yes! Yes! He said merch. I thought about making it into merch. It low-key is like a fire-ass mugshot. I'm not gonna lie. It low-key is a fire-ass mugshot. Sell that mugshot, make a bag. Nah, I don't know if I want to sell it. I was thinking about posting it, chat, but shit's probably gonna leak eventually anyway. Yeah, I might as well post that shit, huh? Should I show y'all? Okay, hold on, let me find it. Let me find that shit real quick. Cause they don't give it to you. You just have to find it afterwards, you know? Hold on. Yo, bro. Yo, bro. I'll post it on my Twitter, chat. I posted on my Twitter. Actually, should I post it on my Twitter? Bro, why am I so indecisive right now? Jeez Louise. Emote or merch? I don't know if it'd be a fire emote. I don't know about an emote. Chat, would y'all cop? I just haven't sold merch in so long. I haven't sold merch in so long. Someone said, no, I wouldn't. Yes, 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 yes. All right, I'm about to post it. Hey, it's gonna be on my Twitter. Mods, I want y'all to spam the link when you get a chance. Hey, chat. I posted it. Not a bad mugshot. I was wearing RDC merch, man. Not a bad mugshot, man. Not a bad mugshot. All of this over a clerical error. Just in case people miss the stream. I should post this on my IG. I'm not gonna lie. I should post this on my IG. Hey, fucking yo. And not gonna lie, it's a good ad chat. It's not a good mugshot. Be honest. It's a low key, you know what I'm saying? This is after like 14, 15 hours of no sleep, nigga. This is after like so much fucking time of no sleep. This is after so much time of no sleep. This is after a ton of time of no sleep. And you know what I'm saying? But anyway, hey, mod, spam that link. Spam that Twitter link for me, please. New profile picture. Somebody, Canel responded, "You look like you were caught stealing chocolate bars."